Alright, next topic is linear and nonlinear graphs, and the first one that we are going to start off with is the circle. Okay, so we all know what a circle is. And so circles are part of what we call a conic section. So if you take a cone, for example, and you cut through it straight across like so, then you end up with the cross section and there being a circle. So that's where the name conic sections comes from. Okay, if we have a circle and we put centre on the origin, and so the distance out there is the radius, obviously, then you have a point here, x and y. If I then create a right angled triangle there, those two sides would have lengths x and y, and then from what we know about Pythagoras, we get that x squared plus y squared equals r squared. And so there is our general equation of a circle. Let's get rid of that and write that properly. Our circle with the centre at 0, 0 and radius r. Alright, of course, not all circles are necessarily going to be at the origin. So say if we have it translated, and translated just means moved, and so we have the centre H and K, for example. So it's moved H in the x direction, K in the y direction, and we still have radius r. Then our circle may do something like that. And so there's our centre, and we've still got our radius r, and we've got our centre at H and K. When we do that, we can use Pythagoras again, and when we do that, we get x minus h all squared plus y minus k all squared equals the radius squared. Okay, so there are our general forms of our circle. Now, of course, we're not necessarily always going to get it like that, so we might get something like this. Sketch the graph of, let's say, 4x squared plus 4y squared equals 25. Then we need to state the centre and radius. Okay, so at the moment we've got 4x squared plus 4y squared equals 25. Now, neither of those general forms that we had have a coefficient in front of either the x or the y, so we need to remove those, and the easiest way for us to remove those, both 4's, so we divide everything by 4, and then we get x squared plus y squared equals 25 on 4. Alright, so our centre then is 0, 0, and our radius, and remembering our radius is the square, that's our radius squared, so our radius then is 5 over 2. Alright, so if we now go to draw these, the centre is at 0, 0, radius is 5 over 2, and so when we get the circle like so. Alright, next example. X minus 2 all squared plus y plus 3 all squared equals 16. Showing centre and radius. Okay, so looking at this, we get our centre from these numbers here. So our centre, that's what the x value to make the bracket 0, so that's 2, and the y bracket to make that 0, negative 3. And our radius, of course, this is our radius squared, so our radius is 4. Alright, so we're asked to sketch it, so let's sketch it. Okay, there's our x and y. Here's our centre. Our centre is at 2, negative 3, which is about there. Okay, need to get this one down a bit further. Okay, then our radius is 4, so we go 4. In each direction. And then we get a nice looking circle. Beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so it just shows you the importance of getting your scale correctly. So that's a radius of 4, and that point there is 2, negative 3. Okay, it doesn't look like a circle, it's more like an ellipse, because my radius is a bit up the creek, but anyway, my scale I should say, not my radius. Okay, so one more example. Alright, so our circle is x squared plus 2x plus y squared minus 6y plus 6 equals 0. Looks nothing like the circle, so we're going to put it into the form of the circle. And the form of the circle, remember of course, is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals 1. Alright, so that means we've got to group these two together, and we've got to complete the square with them, and so that's x plus 1. So you got x squared plus 2x plus 1 on there. Then of course we need to take 1, add 1 extra there, got to take 1 there. Then with our next pair, that pair there, we end up with y minus 3 all squared, and so that's y minus 6 squared, I should say, minus 6y, 3 3's are 9, plus 9, and so of course we've got to take 9, and then of course we've got our plus 6 that was still there, and that's equal to 0. Okay, minus 1 minus 9 is minus 10, plus 6 is minus 4. So finally we get x plus 1 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 4. And so we have our centre and radius. Centre minus 1 and 3, and our radius is 2. So when we go to sketch this, like so, we have our centre at minus 1 and 3, that's there. We then go a radius of 2 from that in each direction. So 2 down brings us to here, 2 to the right brings us to here, 2 up brings us to here, and 2 to the left brings us to here, and so then we join that up, and there we are. There is our circle. Okay, so that's it. Question set number 1, page 342.